Okay, and finally, these are a couple of things that my wife got me for Christmas. Well, she knows what I like, so the first here is a Raspberry Pi, so I've been looking forward to this for quite a while. Been hinting that I would quite like one, and Santa brought one, so I'm very happy with that. And secondly, this is The Illusion of Time on the Super Nintendo, and I'll probably not mention too much, but I do enjoy RPGs. I tend to prefer the 16-bit ones more than perhaps modern ones, and yeah, very happy with that. Adventuring and whatnot. Okay, as you probably noticed under the Christmas tree, there were two retro computers, and these two really have a story. There's a BBC Model B here, and on the left we've got a Texas TI-99, and these two machines were the first computers that I ever saw. So back in, if I remember correctly, 1985, one evening my father brought home these two machines, and he was using them at the time to convert a BASIC program from, it was either TI BASIC to BBC BASIC or the other way around, and I ended up really using the BBC, so I think he was quite keen to get me into computers, and he had the two. Now, with the Texas, you get, if you can see it there, solid state software, which is really just a cartridge, which was quite handy for games because the games loaded instantly, but they were very hard to find, whereas the BBC, originally we had a tape drive, and the games, I suppose it's nice to think back in retro terms now to load off tape, but it took ages. So I prefer the cartridges, but because the BBC games were a little bit easier to get hold of, I tended to play games on the BBC. But later we got this, really just to be able to save programs to without messing around with tape. So fortunately I've managed to rescue this and a bunch of floppy disks, which I haven't tested them, but they should still work. And the story behind this was that my parents were cleaning their loft and they found a load of old stuff, and I knew that we had the BBC and the Texas around, but for years I'd looked for them and I couldn't find them, and it turned out that they'd been kept in good condition in a suitcase in the loft. So I thought, when my mother said she's found these bits of retro hardware, I thought, I bet these are amongst them, and they were. But there were a few other things as well that have been found. One was this Master System converter, which I remember buying probably about 10 years ago, but it didn't work. It would glitch quite badly, but I think it might just be a case of cleaning the cartridge connectors with alcohol. And the other thing that we've found, I suppose a bit more up to date, are Ground Zero Texas on the Mega CD. This came from when I bought my second Mega Drive and Mega CD, so this would have been about 1999 when I bought my Japanese one from the guy in Sheffield for quite a reasonable price. But I remember him saying, no, you've got to buy this game separately, it didn't come with the bundle. So I thought, okay, I'll pay another £5 or whatever it was for the game. I think it's one of the only F&V games I've actually enjoyed. The other one here is Whip Rush. I've got a couple of Mega Drive Japanese games, but this one was always missing, and I think there might be another one as well, although I might be wrong. I'm sure I owned Thunder Force 3 at one point. Yeah, some really nice artwork on this. So this is I think I got this from Pre-Owned Game Station. So this is probably about 10 years ago as well. I don't remember Game Station being around very often. I think I bought that in, oh, where was it? I think Chesterfield. And then there's Bomberman on the Saturn. I knew I had this, but I couldn't find it. And some 32X cartridges. So these are Doom, a golfing game which is Golf Magazine 36 holes, Virtua Fighter for the 32X, which I think is, personally I prefer this one to the original Saturn game, and Cosmic Carnage, which is a 2D beat 'em up, which is, I suppose, a nice showcase for the machine, but not the best of fighting games. So hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be setting up these machines and really just seeing if I can get any of the games working. All the cables are there. The only thing that's missing is for the TI-99. We've got, I'll show that. I'll show it. Around the back, there's a there's a connector, see there, that you think that was a Mega Drive joystick port or an Atari joystick port. It's not. It's for the tape drive, and we've still got the cable, but there are 6 different cables coming off it. So I think, if I remember correctly, some of them were used to control the tape drive, and the other ones I think was the split stereo. So what I need to do is figure out how to wire it up to either a Discman or an old iPod that I've got, and see if I can get some tape files loaded. So hopefully the floppy drive, it was in working condition the last time we used it, and there's no dirt or anything on it, so hopefully it should work straight away with this box of discs that I've got here. Certainly a busy and productive Christmas. As you've seen from the video, we drove across the Pennines from Manchester to Sheffield to see my parents on Christmas Day, and then we drove up the A64 to Scarborough to see my wife's family. So it was certainly a picturesque and quite exciting Christmas for us, and the retro thing seems to be, well, really just an accidental consequence, which has come out quite well, so hopefully there's lots to keep me busy over the next few weeks. Right, hope you've had a good Christmas time, and all the best for the new year. Thanks for watching.